Cleophas Malala penned the hypothetical play Echoes of War for stage, a work of fiction, mind you. But here in Kenya, we are not just getting echoes, we are experiencing shenanigans equal to real political warfare. From the thunderous launch of Gashagua's party to the dramatic arrest of Governor George Natembeya, the scenes are messy and mad with spontaneous hooliganism. Now, here is the million-dollar question. Who is the author of these real echoes of war? Who is directing? Who is producing? Now, today we are going behind the curtains of the recent Kenyan political theater, where we have been seeing hooligans on our screens and our streets throwing stones, uniformed hooligans throwing tear gas and shooting in the air. The truth of the matter is that these are only mere face value actors. Who are their bosses? These actors are too committed for us to believe there is no one behind the production. Now, Press Point digs to unveil who is behind the script. They are part of a well-crafted performance of violence that's rapidly becoming the country's longest daily show. We are digging deeper, not just into the scenes, but into the very script of violence to establish the real men, or perhaps even women, behind the recent occurrences. Who wrote these lines? Who blocked these scenes? Who is behind the scenes? We begin with none other than the self-proclaimed son of Mau Mau, who has just launched his party. But the party was short-lived. The story took a twist. What was supposed to have a happy ending had something quite the opposite. Was this part of the script, or was it spontaneous creativity? Now, the owner of this esteemed party is also accused of uttering statements that didn't quite augur well with certain quarters. The words are said to be insightful. He specifically told the IEBC that if they bungle this election, then 2007 will look like a Christmas party.
If that IEBC tries to mess with the election, okay, there will be no country here. 2007 will look like a Christmas party.
Now, let's interrogate this, eh? Did you just say Christmas party? Rigiji, is this a metaphor or symbolism? What inspired this? I didn't quite know that Rigiji could be this creative and spontaneous. Now, if you are new in Kenya, you would think in 2007, during the post-election violence, Santa came with a lot of goodies for Kenyans. Let me jog your memory for a while. The issue of elections and the referee being warned before the match is not new. The tone is not new either. Perhaps the choice of words was, but the meaning remains the same.
They think they can appoint their puppet to be the leader of Kenya, to run the affairs of our nation, to protect their interests and to protect their wealth. That we will not accept.
When the tables turn and you find yourself on the other side of the microphone, suddenly those strong words you once used tend to sting a bit when someone else shouts them back at you. Now, the narrative is about which side of the bread is buttered. Fast forward, and now our former deputy president says that his life is in danger. He claims there's a ploy to silence him using, you guessed it, the state security machinery. He is categorically saying that police and security agencies should not be used to settle political scores. How new is this narrative? Did I hear someone, possibly with a very familiar voice, declare with great conviction that state agencies should not be used to settle political scores? Or is it that phrase, political scores? Well, as our elders wisely say, mkuki kwa nguruwe kwa binadamu ni mchungu. A spear for a pig is sweet, but for a human, it is bitter. And it seems some have a very low pain threshold for their own medicine. Meanwhile, in Trans Nzoia, Governor George Natembeya had been arrested and subsequently released, but not without a dramatic interlude. That surely wasn't in the original script. A lot of creativity and spontaneity was in display. First, before the entire dramatic arrest unfolded, none other than our esteemed Prophet Kalonzo prophesied that it would happen and they would release him later. Was it genuine foresight? Or had he simply received an advanced copy of the script before the curtains opened? Kalonzo already said there would be trumped-up charges. Who exactly is fooling who here? Now, the EACC representative came out to say that they were following due process. Who asked him to justify? Do they justify everything they do? He was a character in the story and maybe he was only following the script. After all, actors follow scripts and directions. Now, George Natembea's arrest wasn't just a simple procedural matter. Oh no, it came with a twist. It just didn't happen as scripted. To be fair though, someone somewhere clearly wanted to prove that hooliganism has no monopoly. And that, dear viewers, was scene 1. More and more drama unfolded. So, Natembea doesn't exactly have a monopoly on violence, does he? Be it from uniformed goons or otherwise. Now, there are goons and then there are official goons. Let's not forget the recent equal theatrical rejection of the Iron Lady herself. A woman of considerable legal prowess, denied access and essentially deported back. And I say here deported back, to her motherland. She was treated like a goon.
We thought that as citizens of Jumuiya we were free, but not yet uhuru.
The trio, guests of the East African Law Society, were equally interested in the case against opposition leader Tundu Lissu, who was charged with treason by authorities in Tanzania.
It is a very sad time for East Africa, and it is up to us as citizens to say no to oppression. We want to tell you that citizens of East Africa, and I am one of them, we are not going to take it lying down. We will push back, and we shall not surrender to tyranny.
Her regional exploits alongside lobby groups lays bare the extent in deterioration of the rule of law in East Africa, shrinking democratic space, and a wanting human rights record amid concerns over deepening regional autocracy.
Former Chief Justice Willy Mutunga, a man of law, tried his luck. He probably thought his judicial portfolio would command respect. Oh, how naive. These particular goons, they do not recognize your portfolio. It seems they were issued with dark glasses as props. Anti-common sense glasses, specifically designed so they wouldn't have to see or hear anything that makes sense.
To go and search his house, the intention in Governor Natembeya ashikwe tu onekana.
In another play on violence by the Member of Parliament for Juja, Honorable Kiomburi, the script has too many twists. The IG and the DCI have emerged to say that it could as well be a play within a play. How could a guy be abducted in the broad daylight in a church where there were too many attendees? This would be too many extras for any production's budget. They were saying that he wrote the play, directed it, and guess what? Acted in it. So what exactly did the DCI have to say?
Inconceivable for a honorable member of parliament to go to that extent of state managing his own abduction.
Now, what is our takeaway? What becomes painfully hilarious and tragically clear is that these scripts are not new, not even a little bit. Only the actors, producers, and directors change roles. Now, today's victim is tomorrow's perpetrator. Today's accuser is tomorrow's accused. And in this grand Kenyan drama, the true hooligans aren't always the ones you see in the shaky footage. They're not the ones you see throwing stones or igniting fires. Sometimes the most dangerous ones are behind the camera, meticulously giving instructions, pulling the strings and ensuring that the show goes on. Stay eyes wide open, and watch out for the tear gas. This has been Press Point. Don't forget to like, share, and please, definitely subscribe.